What's going on, guys? Klutch here with your Modhub update for Farming Simulator 19. We've got, well, 7 brand new mods for all platforms, and then another 2 that are just PC and Mac. But, well, the first 7, guys, we're going to look at these first, and they are available to all platforms. Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, Mac, you got her. We also have 3 new mods down at the end there that are updates, so we'll look at those as well. Now, starting off, we have the KT10, we've got the Tuscan Cap Pack Manure, we also have the Demmler TSM 230, and last of all down here, the Bressel Lade W20. And the 2 mods that we don't have, well, they're maps, guys. They're map mods. We have the Tuscan Lands and the Alsoszeg Agri farm. Those have both been released today. All right, well, as for our PC mods, well, we do have 2 new placeables and a couple updates actually as well. Well, our placeables, well, you can see right there, that's quite the size grain storage. We'll talk about that. It's a bit different. As well, we have an add-on for the GlobalCompanies, which is some spray paint. We'll look at that as well. Let's dive in. Let's start off with these mods that are available to all platforms. So, starting with the KT10 or KT10, it's a Russian-made, well, it's a food mixer. Now, it actually looks fairly large, but it isn't really as big as you would think. It works like you'd expect for a food mixer. You stick some bales in, and you get, well, forage out or TMR out, depending on what you got in there. Now, there are a few options with this. Not a lot. You can change the color between green, red, or blue, just the body itself. There's other than that, your PTO choice, you can have it, well, just come straight out the frame, or you can come with a lowered PTO. Okay, that's the only options with this. That is it. That is all. Kind of straightforward. Now, the one thing with this, so its price is about 10 grand, it is 10,000 bucks. And its capacity is 12,000 liters, which is an odd number to choose. It's an awkward number to choose for making TMR. It's on the small side, so you cannot fit a full straw bale in this. Be aware that if you're going to do TMR with this machine, you're going to need to put a whole bale of hay, go fill up with some silage, and then you can put a partial bale of straw into this. Just be aware of that. It's an odd number for that. It's a very strange number to try to fill with TMR, but it will do it. So that there, guys, that's the KT10. It's 10 grand in your store, available now. And right in beside, guys, we have the Bressel Lade W20. This is just a very straightforward 3-point leveler. There are 0 options with it, none whatsoever. It's got 2.2 meters in width, and it sells for $3,500 bucks. I got nothing else for you guys. That's it. You can't change the color. You can't change anything. That is it. Let's toss it over there. She gone. All right, let's move along. And next on our list is the Tuscan Cap Pack Manure Spreader. This is a pack of 2 different manure spreaders. You can see we got the double axle, single axle over here. Obviously, there's going to be some size differences with these 2. Now, they both have a working width of 9 meters, so like that, there is not going to be the change. Obviously, the capacity is where you're going to find the biggest change in this. And you're going to find the small one will have a capacity of 8,000 liters. The large will be 12,000 liters. That really is the only difference between these 2. Of course, you're going to get double and single axles. And then, of course, price $25,000, $32,000 respectively. Now, colors? Well, you could change between the stainless steel kind of look here or the green. Those are the 2 options with that. You do have some options for tires. You can go with your usual Trelleborg Michelins, or I believe Nokians. I believe those are the 3. Maybe, yeah, anyways. And the Trelleborgs do have options for wides. I believe, is it Michelins? Anyways, they have an option for wides as well. Very straightforward, nothing out of the ordinary there. Not a ton of options, but another set of manure, piece of manure equipment, which we have quite a few of now. But it's always good to have more of those, I find, just to have a little bit more options for your pricing. So that there, guys, is the Tuscan Cap Manure Spreader. And the last of our equipment mods is the Delmer TSM 230. Now, this is a power push type trailer, like I said. Well, not a ton of options. We'll take a look in store. It has a capacity on the base of 37,000 liters. It sells for 46 grand at base. Now, there's a couple of options we can add to this. You can see we've actually already increased the size. We have the larger barriers up on top there in order to put a little more grain into this thing. We'll take a look at that. There's a couple more other options to look at as well. So, of course, you're going to find this in your trailers section. It's not all that unlike the TSM 330L we received a little while ago. Very similar. It takes all your product, essentially. And once you get in, you're going to find, well, colors, of course. You got a couple options. Just a few. The standard lizard coloring options do apply for this trailer, as you would expect. The configuration, that's where you're going to find the extension you can add onto it for an extra $6,500 bucks. So that gives you another option. It's going to increase it up to 39,000 from 35,000 liters. Now, the wheel brands, you do have some interesting options here. I do like when they actually add the tire dimensions on this. So you can see there, you've got a couple different options for your Michelins. Let's go to the Trelleborg once again. A couple of different options there. And that's it. So you only have the two. I thought there was three, but it's only Michelin and Trelleborgs for this. So that's the TSM 230. Very similar into some specs to the TSM 330. Just a little bit smaller, a little more price cognizant, I guess, in that sense. So there you have it, guys. The TSM 230. So the rest of what we're going to be talking about today, guys, is for PC and Mac exclusive. No console mods from now on, unfortunately. But there's not a lot to talk about here in the grand scheme of things. Now, the two mods that we received today, they're both required updates for the GlobalCompany add-on pack. So if you don't have the GlobalCompanies installed, you will not be able to use either of these mods. Now, one of which makes sense. To be honest, it's kind of bizarre that the silo requires the GlobalCompany pack. I thought this was a bit strange. Now, this silo, we'll start with talking about the silo itself. The silo is actually pretty interesting. So you can see it looks like a normal silo in here. However, it's taking all your grains and sticking it over in this building. Now, if we can open one of these doors right, the doors are a bit finicky. Let's see if I can get it right. There we go. So as we dump into this area, it's going to dump our grains into the silo, and each one of these will have a different grain. Let's see if I can open another one up. Trying to find the right trigger point for these is a little tricky, to say the least. Let's push that one closed. Can I open this one now? No. See what I mean? Let's see if we can open it over here. Nope. One of these will open it eventually. There we go. There's another one. So yeah, trying to open these individually is a bit of a pain, and you can't have them all open at the same time. It's not really possible. So let me go take our tractor here. We're going to go dump this in. Now we have barley, and I don't believe we have barley anywhere in this. So in order to figure out where we're going to place this, once we're entering, we're going to hit the T key, and that's going to bring up, well, our unloading position. So you can see in the first spot we have some wheat, we have some canola in the second one. Let's see, I think it was number 4 we opened up. So let's see if we can place it in number 4. I'm going to select that, confirm location, and now drive in. Now I find you have to be doing this while you're driving up towards the silo. You can't do it once you're in place and ready to tip. It will not work. So now if I were to hit the T key, it shouldn't. Yeah, nothing comes up right now. So you do need to do that as you enter it, which is a bit of a strange one. There we go. So this is going to start tipping in. Did I get the right one? There we go. You can see it's driving all the way over here. And we're getting, well, we're getting barley, and we're getting a readout on our little display of how much we have in here. Now each one of these will take 200,000. So that's good to know. Now, if we want to unload one, it's exactly the same thing. We'll drive all the way around just to reset our trailer. And as we enter, instead of hitting the T key, we can set the R key instead. Alright, so now we want to choose which one we want to take from. If we want to take from the wheat, okay, we select that, confirm, and start filling. And from there, it's going to take it from underneath. I can open this door. You should be able to see it. I'm on this side now. There it goes. You can see the wheat that we had in the first bin is now draining out. It's going down through these vents, I guess, underneath, and being delivered into our tipper. It takes a little bit of time. It's a little on the slow side, but it's quite realistic in a sense. I do like the way it looks. It's just a little bit on the finicky side to get these doors to work, but other than that, it's kind of cool. But this does require all the GlobalCompany's mod pack stuff installed. Be aware of that, and we'll take a quick look at it in the store. In order to purchase it, it's not with your silos. This is with your GlobalCompany, so you'll need to go to it, and from there you'll find your dynamic grain storage, which is 85,000 bucks. So be aware of that. Let's go take a look at another one of our new mods that's related to this, which is the spray paint mod for GlobalCompany. Now this is designed for logging, and you're going to find this in your tools section. You're going to find a whole section where it's just spray paint. So we click on this, you can purchase all 3 of these cans. You've got 1, 2, 3, indicates the region which backlane to be created, new trees to be planted, and a tree must be felled. So that's kind of what these are designed for. You can see what the description is. Now, they're just spray paint. They don't really do anything other than, well, spray paint. You can see here I can select it like I can our chainsaw. Just bring this up. Now, each one of them just simply colors on the tree. That's all it does. I can switch over to the white one. The same thing. And then for a tree that has to be felled, Bring out our red. And we'll do the exact same thing. Now, that's all it does. It doesn't do anything to our trees. It just marks them for you so you know which ones you want to do where, which is kind of realistic, but I don't think I have a use for it, unfortunately. If you guys are loggers, let me know if you're going to plan on using this stuff. I'd be curious to see. I mean, it looks very realistic. This is definitely something you're going to see if you're in a logging area. I just don't do any logging, so I can't really say. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you plan on using this stuff, if you find it interesting. It's kind of cool. And finally, moving down into our mod updates, we have 3 updates. All these mods are PC exclusive again, guys. We have an update to the sync track, which just fixes some bugs, essentially. Nothing too crazily new there. We have an update to the MB track 800-900. A couple bug fixes. I believe bigger engine changes. That's really all there is to. And then lastly, the Dangreville B One 32B trailer. This has some new upgrades as far as the design goes, the spec goes. A couple of minor changes. Unfortunately, we still can't change the color. It's still going to be orange, but that's okay. But the Dangreville does have a couple new updates as well. But there you have it, guys. That is your Mod Hub update. Lots of new trailers, it seems like. Everything's a trailer today. It seems like, for the most part, that's being updated. Some new GlobalCompany's mod updates as well. Interesting stuff there. Some interesting changes. Now, be warned, I have heard there have been some notifications about some of the new GlobalCompany stuff. If there's an add-on done, it will delete your old buildings on your map if you're updating. Be aware of that. I cannot test. I am not sure if this is any truth to this or not. There have been reports, however, that yeah, updating to this new mods, updating your GlobalCompany's mods in your mod hub will cause you problems and may delete buildings off your current saves. So take that for what it's worth. Anyways, that's going to do it for us today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will talk with you next time. This is Klutch. Over and out.